Alright, welcome back everyone. Today we're going to continue the main story. We're going to get into more of the Marauder quest. And we'll see how far that gets us. I'm not exactly sure how far we're going to get today, but we'll see. Where in the seven hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Smid, recently left Candlekeep Quay to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Limza, but has yet to return. I have sent several missives to Haldebroda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right, nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. That man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep in my stead and inform Haldebroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. Alright, so we're going to go check out this guy. Oh yeah, we don't have a mount yet. Soon, we will. It'll make a lot of this travel faster. Can we get a feed or something to pop up while we're headed there? A little bit extra XP. This one real quick. Just a little bit. I'll probably do that off camera. I'm gonna make some of these things a little bit smaller. Let's see when we get our next one, too. If I remember right, doing the next Marauder quest should give us a ranged attack, which is useful. Probably gonna do that next time we're back in the city. 3%. Hey, does that self-righteous dog at brim doubt that I've never told him anything less than the truth. Oh yeah, we have to use the emote doubt. Turtleback Island. He can't do that, can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave, Navigator rest her soul, I know not of this Furlsmid, nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the quay have had enough trouble these past few suns. What with the sinking of that Leminson cargo ship off the Salt Strand, I haven't the time to take a proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders in off the grip. Oof, I forgot. Do we need gloves? No, we don't. We already have those gloves. Yeah, those are equipped. Yeah, we don't need the gloves. We'll take the money. Now, the way I see it, if you have time to be standing here questioning my character, then you most certainly have the time to get that arse of yours down to the Salt Strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows, you may just run across this Furlsmid everyone seems so eager to find. Here's to hoping the Navigator hasn't found him first. Alright, I guess we're gonna go search for survivors. That's not too far. Okay. I'm Furlsmid. Ye say the foreman's wondering on me whereabouts. I thought he might be, but you must know I cannot show my face at the dry docks until I've righted the terrible wrong I caused. 2 nights past, I made the trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep Quay just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs, so I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we was halfway twixt shore and ship, the swells had risen to nigh on 10 yawms, and 'twasn't long afore the waves had a hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight, and we was flung headlong into Leminson galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the Salt Strand. It's made every effort to salvage. I's made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with cairn, and I ain't one with a sword. And now you see why it is I cannot return to the dry docks. Yeah, we got these guys are part of our hunting log. Take them out while we're here. That guy's so dark he doesn't even see me yet. Spawned an enemy. Yeah, this is attack right now. Alright, once we take out these two. Should we do that quest? That's if we can get out of here without getting spotted. Should be. Oops, stop. Okay. we got your stuff. What do you want? That night I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long before the world round me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. Below, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the seven hells, and I woke to find myself washed ashore. And here's I've been ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage me master's cargo. Yeah, we got it all. The missing parts, I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, but first I must stop by the quay so that I might pay my respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could you tell Burham that I'll be back at the dry docks by nightfall? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. And of course we gotta run back and talk to him. There just don't seem to be a lot of fates out here. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and turn this in. I am relieved to hear that both Frillsmith and the supplies are unharmed, though it was foolish for him to believe that I would blame him for that which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day, and the seas here adjacent to the dry docks were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ships encountered off Candlekeep Quay was of a less natural sort, the sort which the Sahuagin have been known to conjure. So the beast tribes are involved. While I originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself as an asset. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Gimthada, head of the watch here at the Dry Docks, believes that pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance in investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I have recommended you for the task. Despite all Lemza endured before, during, and following the calamity, the fact there are still those who would turn their backs on the city-state so that they might line their pockets with a few handfuls of coin. Just the thought of it sickens me. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to this person since we got volunteered to check out the unsavory individuals. Ah yes, I had a feeling you would be the one at Burm's sent. Since you first arrived at Morby Docks, I've had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to get angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It is simply protocol. You'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. The man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well then, I assume. I assume Aether informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates, we believe, are conspiring to raid the dry docks, were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have you approach the men, posing as a lost adventurer, and see if you cannot somehow learn their intentions. Kanongo, stationed at the rear gates, can provide you with an exact location of the camp. Alright, I guess we're gonna go check these people out. Haha, I knew it. No more sardines for Kanago. Tonight I shall dine on the finest salmon on the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going with some of the other guards on who Atburn would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. Ah, the job, yes, of course. If you follow the road past the gates to the southeast, you will eventually come to a barren cape with a single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12 say it's a holy place dedicated to Nymea, the spinner. I'd be surprised if the pirates camped up there or were aware of that, though. Alright, so now we have the location. We will do the fireflies after we do this. I'm giving you to the count of 9 to step back on that path and carry your venturing ass back down to whatever rocket you crawled out from under. You see, I had it up to my ears with your type roaming the hills like they was yours to roam. It's getting to be that a man can't enjoy a mug of rum without some shite breath outlander running up asking which is the way to the local levement. 7 hells if I know. I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit. Thalls balls. Once we have my boy back, I'm putting this godforsaken pisshole of an island so far behind me, ain't no one will remember I was ever here. Come on, Scrags, we've his knives to sharpen. So we're not even gonna fight? Guess not. Guess that's all we had to do was go talk to him. Alright, what's the storm captain have to say? So the trespassers are indeed pirates, and they are indeed planning something, but what is this talk of getting me boy back? Could it be that their target never was the victory? Something is not right, and I won't sit by idly waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help, Hulk. It appears we were wise to put our trust in you. You know, I'm going to take the gold, because I think we're going to get a weapon from the next Marauder list. I'm concerned. It appears that the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. They creep over ever closer to the dry dock, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory herself. That ship is the symbol of everything Limsa strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. We must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion, and you are just the man to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the dry docks cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guard submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Ursaworst at the front gate or Kanago at the rear. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. Okay, this sounds like we're gonna do more talking. Hail, adventurer. Glad to have another hand aboard to help shore up security. The gods know our reports would sit on Gimp thought of his desk gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports, though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near Empty Heart. I'd take a closer look before he has a chance to cover his tracks. We're gonna have to run up this hill. Bah, spotted me, did you? Well, you're too late. What's to happen is already happening. Oh man, I can't jump from here. Yep, whatever. Looks like we got a little solo duty. So you found me one of the pirates, did you? I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid. But what could these knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening. Trouble at the shipyard. Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates out of nowhere struck me good. Gods below, we are not prepared for this. The pirate soldier, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could quickly count. Seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? And there is no time to lose. You heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these intruders. I will see to this man's wounds, then follow after. Make haste. This is not the right way. It's gotta be this way. Never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. What are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This'll all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is, what it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into me treacherous backstabbing son. Imagine a boy of mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright, and building a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. What under Lim Lane's wide green ocean made you take up with these self-righteous shites? You're the one with no bloody sense, don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. I wondered what never spoke of his father. I never would have thought. This ship's a symbol, alright, of everything what went wrong with the world, and I mean to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. Pray, beat the tar out of this bloated sea slug and make sure no harm comes to the Victory. Man, I guess we're gonna beat up on this guy's dad. They're level 22. Okay, we're gonna let an NPC take easy. I must be getting old, letting some green venture get the best of me. That's one big bloody ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did you? My thanks. I shudder to think what may have become of the Victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I'd best get to sorting out the docks. And my thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Ever did my father have a way of turning my life upside down? Pray convey my thanks and my apologies to Gimthada. How fare you? I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa from a violent demise. The day was yours. It seems our security regiment will require much in the way of improvement if we are to truly keep the dry docks safe. Burm apologizes. Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, this incident was hardest on him. But in time, I believe he will come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the Victory completed and in the water. By the by, the pirates we defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Rayner's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have the time to spare, I would ask of you another favor. Alright, what's this other favor? In light of your role in recent events, there are a few others to whom I would entrust this task. Since we last spoke, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects of whatever that name is, the pirate behind the plot to sabotage the Victory. This missive was penned in the most unusual script, a script we believe to be some manner of code. Needless to say, anything which a proven enemy of Limsa deems worthy of enciphering is like to be of great interest to the Maelstrom. Unfortunately, none among us can make any sense of the message. In cases such as this, I am told the Yellow Jackets are wont to turn to Battaron and his convenient connections. Thus, I would have you deliver this missive to the proprietor of the Drowning Winch, into his hand and no other. Do you understand? Alright, so we're going back to Lemza, which means we'll pick up the Marauder quest. We got this 8th right? Yeah. We're gonna pick up the Marauder quest while we're at it. Return. At least that way it won't cost me any money. More mail? I thought I cleared that out. There's not mail over here. I guess we'll go see what Battaron has to say, and then we'll go pick up the Marauder quest. Ahoy there. I've been hearing about your deeds at the dry docks. Atburm laid out the entire tale for me. Poor Sod was still reeling at his old man's part in the business, but at least she kept the victory from being sunk before she sailed. And for that I owe you thanks. You really made me a name for yourself here in Limsa, lad. Folk know that when they need something doing, you need something done. And what might that be? Oof, his writing is hard to read. You want someone to read a message, written funny letters for you. And Gimthada thought I might know a man as could. Well, let's see it then. Aye. I reckon I might know a canny bugger what can read stuff like this. Ugly sod by the name O Battaron. You know, you're like one of me regulars now. You never let me down yet, and Navigator helped me. I reckon I can trust you. Thought I was right to want this message deciphered. We've got us some trouble brewing, and ain't no mistake. Get ready for action, and I'll explain. Alright, what's going down now? Good to have you aboard, lad. Now then, where to start? Back when I was younger and nastier, I earned me living as a sellsword. In that business, if you wanted to know what your enemy was up to, you had to learn to read the orders you prized from the cold, dead hands of his mates. That's how I came to know how to read your message. Truth be told, the script was only too bloody familiar. Them Sahagan letters, lad, and I should have known I've gutted more fishback messengers than I can count. I guess we haven't met a Sahagan yet, have we? It gets worse, though. The plan to blow up the Victory is all in here, right down to the fine details. Looks like they meant to raise 8 kinds of hell in western Lenosha, then hit the Maelstrom's new flagship in the confusion. The point being, the attack on the Victory weren't the act of a few rebellious pirates, 'twas a key part of some canny bastard's grand plan. But if I'm reading this right, the attack itself came much too early. I'll wager they panicked when they saw you was onto them and rushed in to do the job and buggered it up. Them tattoo-faced bastards that they say was paying after an old man, they're with the Serpent Reavers, right? But none of their crew was there, was they? Didn't they have something better to do, or what? Oh, there's the twins in the background. 7 hells, I've got it all backwards. That mess at the Victory, that was meant to be the bloody distraction. The fishbacks ain't interested in the maelstroms, baby. They're after men, just like they've always been. They're sending their pirate lackeys after a civilian target. This bit about raising hell in Western Lenosha, that's where it'll be. Something tells me Swift Perch is about to get hit and hit hard. There's a rough translation of the message. Take it to Commodore Rayner at the Coral Tower and tell him he's in for a busy day. Oh, and give him a hand, eh? You can be damn sure he'll need one. Alright, before we go talk to the Commodore, we are gonna go pick up this Marauder quest. Because we need... I mean, we don't need, but... they're gonna give us some upgraded gear. See, that's a better axe than what we would have gotten. And we'll take the chest piece. Okay. I see you have been diligent in your training. You need not tell me in words. It shows in your bearing, in your unwavering gaze. It is time for you to once more lift your axe in service to the guild. There have been reports of a sizable creature roaming the outskirts of Aleport in western Lenosha. This monster is no Kujata, but the threat it presents to the locals is nonetheless sufficient to warrant our attention. It should also prove a worthy foe to test your burgeoning prowess. How to find this beast? Well, I am fortunate enough to count among my acquaintances a veteran hunter and archer by the name of Rainfrid. He took up residence in Aleport some years ago and will gladly aid you in this task. With Rainfrid's assistance, you are to track down this prowling danger and provide it swift and bloody passage to the afterlife. May your axe swing true. Oh, he's standing right here. I thought we would have to go to Swiftperch. Yes, I am Rayner. Ah, you must be the adventurer whose name seems to be on everyone's lips. You are to be commended for your part in thwarting the plot to destroy the victory. Now what can I do for you this day? You bear an urgent message from Beteron? Why do I get the feeling that my hopes for a quiet afternoon are about to be cruelly dashed? Tell me what is afoot. Oh, this is the main story quest guy. I thought it was somebody else. An assault on Swiftperch, but we've seen nothing to suggest the Serpent Reavers are amassing for an attack. Even so, it'd be foolish to discount the possibility. Beteron is rarely wrong about such matters. I will marshal the Yellow Jackets for battle immediately. The only question is where to send them. While I concur with Beteron's assessment that the attack on the dry docks was intended as a diversion, Swiftperch is but one of several possible targets for the main thrust. Commodore Sir. Report. Sahigan, sir. They've mounted a large-scale assault on South Tide Gate and threatened to overwhelm our defenses within the day. The garrison requests immediate reinforcements. By the Navigator, it seems my decision has been made for me. Muster the troops and give the order to march. Aye, the Serpent Reavers are in league with the Sahigan, which means there is every chance this assault on the Tide Gate may yet prove to be another feint. The fact remains, however, that we can ill afford to ignore it, and that leaves Swiftperch vulnerable to those pirate traders. It is at times such as these that I wish the warriors of light yet walked among us, but wishes will avail us not. You must serve in their absence. Make for Swiftperch with all haste and lend your strength to the squads I can spare for the settlement's defense. Good. Both quests are in the same place. That's good. Not quite. first, I guess. Commodore Rayner sent word we'd be getting reinforcements, but I didn't expect him to send you. You certainly look like you've seen your share of action, though you bear little resemblance to the wide-eyed whelp I met fresh off the ferry. In any case, do you know what you're fighting for? This place, Swift Perch, it was rebuilt by folk who stood strong in the face of every hardship that calamity threw their way. And we're not about to let some fish-fancing scum claim the honor of being the ones who finally broke their spirits. Don't give those pirate bastards one bloody ilm, you hear me? Alright, another solo duty. Here they come. Here now, I thought all them Yellow Jacket worms was meant to be busy. That useless scrag ain't followed the plan. Now what? Pull back and wait for our Sahegan brothers. Piss on that. We ain't turning back empty-handed. Remember, no killing the small folk, or it'll be your blood that what stains Lord Leviathan's altars. The yellow bellies you can butcher at will. Them dirt-eating slugs will be crushed under the full might of the serpent reavers. Seems Swift Perch was the main target after all. Squads 1 and 2 protect the townsfolk. Squad 3, you're our rear guard. The rest of you, we meet their charge where we stand. Let us bear the Commodore word of our victory, or no word at all. I'll get all you yellow bellies and dance on your gizzards. Well fought. The Reavers are beaten and scattered. I'll take some men and hunt down the stragglers. Oh, but there may be more of them lurking about, so don't let your guard down just yet. Oh, the guy that was watching us. The source of his strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. Fearsome opponent against whom you shall not stand. You stole a shot. She casts Stone Skin on you. That ability used to be in the game, it no longer is. Some NPCs still have it. It was a castable spell, but it no longer. That the wisdom of the Paragon should be brought low by mere mortals. Paragons, did he say? Then it is as I feared. They are known as the bringers of chaos, or Asians, to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. Pardon? You would know if we Charlians have encountered Asians before? I have never spoken to you of my homeland. How did you know whence I hail? Wait, I do begin to see. You have been blessed with a special gift. Are you alright, lad? If I'd known a mean bugger like that was hiding in the bushes, I would have left a squad or 6 to keep you company. Well, at least now we know we can call this kidnapping investigation to a close. Those Reavers were the ones spiriting folk away in the dead of the night, and this bastard here was pulling all the strings. A trifle simplistic, but not inaccurate. I came as soon as I sensed his presence, but I never thought to find such a scene of carnage, yet we prevailed, and thanks to your heroic actions I have learned much. Aye, heroic is the word. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't been here, friend. And your assistance is much appreciated too, Lady Ursula. Please give our regards to the Scions. I am glad to have played a role in bringing what I hope is an end to this disturbing spate of abductions. The thread of your fate forms a part of the most intriguing tapestry. Mayhap we will be afforded the chance to speak more in the near future. For now, however, you must see this particular tale to its conclusion. Pray send my greetings to Commodore Raynor. We will go see him as soon as we're done with the Marauder quest. Oh, another crystal. Or that was the Asian's crystal. Alright, actually... Can we get a ride over to Airport, or do I have to go there first? Looks like I have to go there first. Alright, it's gonna be a walk. Can't wait till I get my mount. It'll make this stuff way faster. And then later on, once you have enough money, you just teleport everywhere. You don't even really worry about running around. I guess he's inside. Yep. There he is. Oh, one of Wormstone's boys, are you? Why, I've known that sprat since he was knee-high to it. Well, he was always kind of a big fella. And now they call him Axemaster. Not a subtle lot, you marauders. So I suppose you're here to hunt down our local trouble. What you need to do then is take yourself northwest up towards Camp Skull Valley and give a good whistle. The mean bugger you're after, his name's Patrapatan, by the by, will come running across the weeded plains. He'll think you're trespassing on his territory, so you better have that cleaver of yours ready. Oscone's blessings be upon thee. Alright. Need to get this Chocobo Keep while we're here and attune to the crystal. We don't have to make that run again. We got a little bit of money. Not really enough to go do anything though. I was gonna get y'all after, but since you attacked me first. Dang, we need 4 of those things. It's a Corel. supplies while we're out here, and I don't have to worry about them later. We're not gonna worry about the bats right now. I know where some more are, and we will have to go up. Oh, well, there's two right here. Maybe I'll kill one of them. I know where some more bats are. We have to go up by some regardless coming up, so. Bats are right here. Might as well just do it. And then we gotta go back to Linza. Are over here too. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna spend a little more time here than I thought. It's fine, it's all stuff that has to be. We only need two of these guys. Is that everything? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, I think now we can teleport back to Limza. Yeah, they're both back over there. Okay. So we're gonna head back to Limza, turn both these quests in. Actually, they're both in the Marauders Guild, so we'll just teleport directly there. I've been in contact with Rainfred, and he had naught but praise for you. Your representation of the guild has been exemplary. There is one more task I would have you complete this day, a task that will demonstrate for you just how strong you have become. Report to Scap, where he awaits on the bank of the Aegilis River, and he shall help you unveil the untapped power of your axe. I'm not sure. Oh, it's outside of Summerford. Might be easier just to teleport outside the city. Eagerly I have waited your return. Words of your exploits is already spreading through the ranks. My troops and I owe you a great debt of gratitude for your timely assistance. You have shown yourself to be possessed of a sure arm, a strong spirit, and a sound judgment. Would that Limza had more of your like. I have little doubt that you shall one day join the ranks of Eorzea's greatest adventurers. It is but a matter of time. Clearly, Baderon's eye for potential remains as sharp as ever, though I doubt he even imagines you capable of such feats. Might you favor me with your own account of the day's events? Such victories bear retelling. So we got attacked by a big monster. And some guy in a cloak. Y'shtola has been working with us for quite some time, you see. And she was only too willing to assist the Yellow Jackets in the kidnapping investigation, proving herself a stalwart ally of Limsa yet again. Needless to say, after your part in thwarting the attempted sabotage of the victory, and the small matter of your deeds at Swiftperch, you too have proven yourself a valued friend of the Lacracy. Admiral. May I present to you Admiral Blosifwin. I don't know. Close enough. Luckily, they don't say her name very often. You just know who she is.
So, this is the adventurer I've been reading about in the field reports. I am Melve Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa. On behalf of my people, I bid you thanks for the deeds you have done this day. A token of our gratitude. What worth is high regard without just reward after all? Ha! Since you first set foot in our city, my good friend Baderon and Commodore Rayner have taken turns at regaling me with tales of your exploits. Safe to say, they left an impression. Join me at the coming banquet. A seat of honor at the celebratory feast is the least I can offer the man who foiled the Sahagin.
Oh! A seat at the feast!
Oh, and don't be late. Your fellow guests will be eager to take the measure of their newest hero, and some do not take kindly to being kept waiting. Till then, may you walk in the light of the crystal.
Alright. So we got invited to a dinner party. Might as well pick this up over here. I am not sure you understand just how unusual it is for the Admiral to invite an adventurer to a state banquet. It is a highly coveted honor, while even the officers under her direct command are rarely afforded such recognition. But I will not deny you have earned it. Many of the tasks you have performed in service to the Lacracy have been both difficult and dangerous. This is a reward for all of your efforts, a nod to your many achievements, both large and small. Has the enormity of this moment yet to sink in? Perchance you will realize its significance when you stand before the assembled dignitaries of Limsa. And now that I have imagined the scene, I realize that you will require attire suitable for the occasion. You mean my red armor is not good enough? I suggest you visit the wench and see what Baderon can arrange. He is surprisingly knowledgeable about such things. You know, should probably just go finish this quest real quick. Yeah, I think either way is going to be a little bit of a walk. 4 of those around? A-Ring still hasn't been killed. Or it was killed and was respawned. What you got for me? Hi lad, I know why you're here, and after seeing this big old boulder, I'd wager you know why you're here too. Now my rock's a bit more of a challenge than those pebbles or rope guy had you training on. To correct this beauty will require a relatively heavy swing. Impossible, you say? Ha! Wurzen wouldn't send you out here if he didn't think you capable. Didn't heavy swing one of you done the other ones though? Would you look at that, and on your first attempt too? Well, I guess it's back to the Axe Master for you. That's all I had to come out here to do was smash a rock? Ridiculous. There's so many people here. Just trying to load in everybody. I knew you would return before long. The deafening crack of shattering boulder reached me even here. Okay. This feat of strength deserves recognition, and you shall have it in the form of a new technique, adopted and perfected by our guild forebears. The tomahawk throw was the first devised by pirates as an opening attack on closing enemy vessels. Though we primarily focus on close-quarter combat, you will no doubt find that having a powerful ranged strike at your disposal greatly expands your tactical versatility. I don't know if calling it a powerful ranged strike is the right term. I sense that the impeding confrontation with Kajata weighs heavily on your mind, but hurried swings lead to glancing blows. There is no swift road to attaining the peak of mastery you seek, only a steady, measured ascent. Yeah, we're not 20 yet, are we? Dang. We need one more quest and we'll be 20. Then we can pick up the level 20 quest. Well, well, if it ain't Merlwyb's guest of honor, hobnobbing with high and mighty now, is it? I tell you, lad, I damn near snorted ale out my nose when I heard the news. You've come a long bloody way, you have, and that's the truth. One thing's for sure, you'll want for decent grub. You'll not want for decent grub. These banquets are catered by the bleeding Bismarck, no less. 'Tis a grand chance to fill your belly to bursting with fine and, more importantly, free food. We can't have you turn up in your shit-caked venturing gear. Alright. No, the hero of the hour needs to have a touch of refinement about him, if only to stop folk complaining when he stuffs his face with cake. Take yourself over to the Octon and speak to somebody of the Bruger Consortium. She'll furnish you with a somewhat gentlemanly to wear. I've already had a word with her, so you'll need to do is pick up the goods and bring them back here so I can tell you what's what. If I remember right, it's downstairs. Man, see that frame drop when it's trying to load in all those people? Good evening, sir. I assume you're the underdressed gentleman Battaron mentioned. I see he was not exaggerating. I've chosen these especially for your debut in polite society. Fear not, I'm certain you will absolutely adore them. Alright. Been to see whoever that is, have you? Let's have the box then. Here we go, a nice pair of dress shoes for you. A bloke might have much else to his name, but so long as he's got a decent pair of shoes on his feet, there ain't nowhere he can't go. Think of him as a gift from me and all the other folk you've done right by along the way. Aye, 'tis a very moving gesture, I know. Just don't go welling up on me. Wouldn't do for Lem's new hero to turn up at the banquet soaked in his own tears and snot. Any road that your garb sorted, now you just need to settle your nerves. Tell me when you're ready and I'll tell you where you're meant to go. Well, that was easy. Ready then, are you? Good, the banquet will be starting soon. If you waited any longer, I'd consider it my civic duty to hit you over the head and drag you there. Now make sure you're wearing them fancy shoes when you turn up, alright? Carrying them won't do you no good. They're meant to make you look like a gentleman, remember, not a gentleman's bleeding lackey. As for directions, the feast being held on the bridge in the Admiral's briefing room. Speak with Xanthel in Bulwark Hall and he'll show you the way. Just keep that head held high, lad. After everything you've done for Lemza, you've good reason to be proud, and don't let no highborn bugger tell you different. Alright, before we do that, because if I remember right, that's a pretty long cutscene. This is a decently long cutscene. We're getting close to the meat of the story, thank God. Hulk, there is trouble afoot. Do you recall the lads whose parents were slain by the beast Kujata? The boy's grandfather, Neddard, but recently contacted us with worrisome news. Young Sigurd has gone missing. There have been sightings of Kujata in the area, and it would seem that the child felt compelled to seek the creature out. As you are familiar with the boy and his tragic tale, I would have you attend to this matter. My sister awaits you at the Bismarck. She has been apprised of the situation and will aid you in plotting a suitable course of action. Should be able to just teleport over there. Should be faster. I assume you are here to discuss the missing child and not to sample a bowl of mutton stew. First things first, I would advise against rushing off to peer under every rock in the countryside. We need more information to direct our search. I suggest we head to the Red Rooster Stead and learn what more we can from Old Neddard. I don't remember where that is. Oh, okay. I'll just take this teleport out of here. Yeah, this one. Damn, still a long walk. Well, there we go. We can. I'm pretty sure there's at least one more. Finish this up on our way there. Yep, there it is. I think it's the same type. How many more we got? 2? Quarterstone, Upper Ocean. Okay, yeah, we're not there yet. Pick you up, that way if we need to travel back, we can. Or travel out here again, we can. Oh, thank the gods you're here. Seems my grandson is set on causing naught but trouble for you. Sure, but surely you know how the lad is feeling, how he's boiling with hate for that murderous beast. And the last time when you came along like a vengeant angel and showed him the strength of your steel, well, you lit a fire in his belly. Must have got it in his head to take revenge on the beast himself. Daft little bugger. Any road, once he heard Kajata had been spotted near Aleport, why, he shot through the door like an arrow from a bow, and I ain't seen him since. I beg of you, find me a little cigarette before he gets himself stomped to death. That big bastard Orok has spilled more than enough of me kin's blood. Our course is clear. We must set out for Aleport at once. And an old acquaintance of mine, Farstem, often stands guard at the port gates. He might know something of the lad's whereabouts. And that is partly why we picked up that crystal over there in Aleport, so we could just teleport. Otherwise, that would be a long walk. Have I seen a boy wandering about by himself? As a matter of fact, me and my fellow gate guard here just watched a young lad traipsing off to the north. We were arguing whether or not to abandon our post and bring the child back ourselves. Large packs of jackals have been prowling the wilds of late, so if you mean to head after them, pray do so quickly. Hells, I might even pass along word to the Marauders Guild. You'll be better off with an extra blade or two at your back. Wolves should be around here somewhere. Those wolves in the hunting log. Look. Found any sign of him? He must have been in a desperate hurry indeed to cast away his belongings in such a careless manner. I myself came across this wood axe, a tool the lad took from the stead, perhaps. Gods below, Hulk over there. There you go. What are we gonna find? Kujata. He breathes yet. We withdraw to the Red Rooster stead. Follow my lead. See what this mail is. Chocobo stable. That'd be the fastest way to do it. That's our main quest. We've got to put the shoes on. Finish this, then yeah. I think after this, finishing that main story quest, we get to go to the other cities, so spend some time in those. You brought him home. I don't got the words to thank you. The lad's past the worst of it. He struck his head on the fall, though, and it may be some time before he opens his eyes. Thank you for coming, brother. If you hadn't scattered those jackals when you did, I've done naught to earn your thanks. When I learned of the situation from Aleport, I realized the dangers were greater than I had anticipated. No single marauder could have hoped to fend off such numbers in time. Pray accept my apologies, Netter. You turned to us for help, and yet your grandson now lies before you broken and battered. You risked your lives to save little Sigurd. How's a man to find fault with that? It's me who ought to be begging forgiveness for the wounds you took protecting me, foolish boy. You needn't concern yourself with our well-being. Our training prepares us for such eventualities. There is not more we can accomplish here. It is time we return to the guild and focused on other tasks. Alright, so back to Limsa. Finish this quest, and then we should be able to get on with the main story. I'm glad the lad will live, but I fear this will not be the last time Sigurd abandons caution in his thirst for vengeance against Kujata. The wound in his heart festers and seethes, feeding his impatience at our seeming inaction. But we must not think ill of the boy. Instead, let this helpless rage be as a spur to our efforts. I say again, Kujata will fall by your hand, and I will shape you into the deadly weapon you need to be. Once again, the best stat increase. Actually, it might be. Actually, it might be boots. Yeah, it's actually going to be boots. He's having a hard time loading all the people. We gotta put on our dress shoes. But we can leave all of our other armor on. Almost makes no sense. Dress shoes, fancy dress shoes. An adventurer wearing fancy dress shoes. Yep, that's right. Oh no, those are some fancy dress shoes. Come, adventurer, I will show you to the briefing room.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, join me now in honoring this man for his services to our great nation. May the navigator guide and protect him on his journey, till sea swallows all. These pirates you encountered with the tattooed faces, they call themselves the Serpent Reavers. Their ranks are formed of cutthroats and madmen who have pledged themselves body and soul to the primal Leviathan. From what we have gathered, they sought to swell their numbers by spiriting away any soul unfortunate enough to cross their path. I need not tell you the depth of the animosity between us and the Sahagin. How any seaman worth his salt could devote himself to the fishback's god is a question for a more temperate mind than mine. But, thanks to you, our citizens may once more go about their daily lives, safe in the knowledge that they will not be dragged into the darkness by those execrable curs.
Such an extraordinary glow. This is one of the crystals of light.
By the navigator.
After our encounter with the Gubu, you had a vision, did you not, of a towering crystal? You bathed in her light.
Yashtola's conclusion is clear, and I see no reason to doubt it. You are the vessel of a higher power. This being from your vision was the Mother Crystal. Your description matches what little we know of her. And if she has chosen you, then your deeds may yet shape the fate of nations, as once did the deeds of the Warriors of Light. Know you the tale? Like you, they were not of these lands, yet they fought to protect us all against the corruption of the Primals. When the Garlean Empire began its conquest of the realm, these heroes joined the Grand Companies and helped reforge the Eorzean Alliance. And at the Battle of Cartano, they took the field beneath our banners to fight for everything we hold dear. It was on that day, in the midst of that hell, that we lost them. Every soul who survived that battle will never forget how it was to fight beside them. We are proud to call them our comrades. Yet whenever we try to shout their names, the sound dies in our throats. And whenever we strain to see their faces with our mind's eye, naught but their shadows appear to us, set against a blinding light. Ask any true Eorzean who knew them, and the story will be the same. It is for this reason that we call them the Warriors of Light. When I look upon you, I cannot help but be reminded of them. Keep that crystal safe. In time, I believe the Mother Crystal will make clear her reasons for bestowing it upon you. Heed well her words, adventurer, for it is Hydaelyn herself who speaks.
So a lot of that was nod to the 1.0 players of Final Fantasy XIV.
Flames to the fore! Victory belongs to the bold! Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of!
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it costs them their lives.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the white wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
Is aught amiss?
No, it is nothing.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily! Eyes forward!
We are being watched.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn! Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you! Ah!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. Gods preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
Gods damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me! Damn it! Damn it all to the seventh hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying. Call till they respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis Soir!
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, But there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre. This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louis Soir. To your positions.
Kasbamul, Soginin Wese Donzul. Logalo, Asawad Daken Bet Mubut. Imarat Way, Kiskat Toga Hats Wadadorns. Sees Nigem, Fistun the only Lamrai Sadai Dorn.
Morning, sunshine. All a bit much for you, was it? Unfortunately, it's going to be a while before we learn more about the guys in the black robes. What happened? You don't remember then. You keeled over in the middle of the banquet and caused a right stir, and to carry you back to the winch myself, well, I say carry, 'twas more a matter of dragging and rolling. Too much cake, I reckon. Any road, don't fret. 'Tis a little wonder you was exhausted after everything you've been through lately. Your little nap seems to have put some color back in your cheeks, though, so I'll leave you to it. I almost forgot. The Admiral wants to have a word with you. When you feel up to it, talk to Xanthale, and he'll let you to the command room. Oh, and stay awake. I'm told Merlewib was in the middle of telling you a story when you started snoring last time, and I doubt she'd look kindly on it if you repeated the trick. I don't know if we really, fell asleep. Alright, we gotta remember to put our gear back on. Greetings, Admiral. Admiral awaits you in the command room. Shall I announce you? Sure. Ah, it is good to see you on your feet again. You are recovered. Then let us waste no time. I have a task that needs doing, one I would entrust to no other. The duty I have in mind for you requires some explanation. I do hope you have not made other plans. To business, then. Yep, this is the quest. We're going to go see the other cities. I have penned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Cartano and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It has been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon an Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship, and the warriors of light who might once have given them hope are gone. Yet we must press on regardless. We will never truly do so, however, till we have faced our past. To that end, I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartano. These letters contain the details of said proposal, and I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally to Limsa, but that is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champions, a quality I feared lost. Say that you will perform this duty. I knew you would not disappoint me. This task shall take you far from the borders of our nation to the city-states of Gridania and Ul'dah. A grueling journey, to be sure, were you to travel by sea and land, but I mean to have you take to the skies. An airship pass to be used at your discretion. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave from the landing connected to the bridge, but before you depart, I suggest you trouble Baderon for a few pearls of wisdom regarding each of your destinations. The old bastard is nothing if not well-traveled. 'Tis a pity I cannot issue such passes with a freer hand, as I did in more peaceful times when berths were not so limited. But in these times of war, every craft we commit to the clouds risks drawing the eye of the Empire, and every voyage must needs be born of necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well deserved, nor am I alone in that opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Aye, your deeds do not go unnoticed. Full many see great promise in you, but I have flattered you enough. On behalf of Limsa and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer. Discover the realm for which so many have fought and died. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystal guides you, and I wager that your destiny will be no small thing. Alright, we gotta go talk to Baderon, and then we get to go to the other cities. Yeah, we should be able to just talk to this guy. Yeah. Back from your meeting with the Admiral, are you? Personal bleeding envoy. So you'll be carrying the word of the Admiral herself to the leaders of the Alliance. Bugger me, I knew you was going up in the world, but I didn't realize you'd got that bloody high. Proud of you, lad. Thinking of how far you've come, why 'tis enough to bring a tear to my eye, and that ain't the ale talking neither. Well, not just the ale, at any rate. Bless the navigator for steering you my way. Of course, this is only the start. Now you've got your hands on an airship pass. The whole of Eorzea is laid out before you, like a fair maid on a feather bed. And she's a big girl, too, with plenty of enticing nooks and crannies. Jesus. If you think us Lemenzins are characters, just wait till you cross paths with the grim forest dwellers of Gridania, or trade coins with the crafty merchants of Ul'dah. And then there's wild places where the beasties rule and no bugger with an ounce of sense sets foot. But you're adventurers, so I wouldn't let a little thing like that hold you back. Of course, it ain't all exploring and excitement. There's a heap of troubles what plagues every nation sea, ain't just ours. I'm talking intrigue and infighting beastmen and their goddamn primals. Aye, there's an ugly side to life, and sooner or later you're bound to walk into it. But I'll wager there's bugger all out there as you can't handle. Something tells me you're gonna be just fine. The realm's had it rough, 'tis true, but folk are beginning to recover from the beating the calamity dealt 'em. Call me a hopeless optimist, but it wouldn't take much to turn things around. 'Tis the perfect time for an adventurer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? Alright, I think we're gonna do Gridania first. Greetings. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gridania. Yep. Wait, aren't you that famous adventurer? I thought I could recognize you. You're an inspiration to us all. Highwind Skyways is at your disposal. Will you be traveling with us today? Well, for some reason I thought you got to choose, but I guess we're doing Gridania first, so it doesn't matter. Attention all passengers, the airship bound for Gridania is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Good fortune to you. The day will come when your name means the same as hero to the folk of this realm. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Yep, you'll be a hero before you know it.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great Midgard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest. Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balthar.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Carteneau. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus's plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Yeah, so the Garleans like their machines, whereas the rest of the world really just uses magic. Alright, we gotta do a little bit of running around here. Unfortunately, we gotta get the crystals of the city. Oh, you must be the envoy from Lemza. Welcome to Gridania, sir. The Elder Seedseer awaits your arrival. Yep. Greetings, good sir. You are the Lamenson envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray make your way into the city proper and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nafika's altar. She will admit you to the lotus stand where the elder seed seer awaits. Alright, we're not going to do that right away. We got other crystals and stuff to grab. There's 2 or 3 on this map. Start on this side and then work our way towards the Conjurer's Guild. Yeah, so if you would have chose, say, an archer or something, you would actually would have started in this city first. And done pretty much all the quests that we've done up to this point. But around here. But this quest that we're doing right now, the Envoy quest, is where everybody's story comes together at the same time. Because you get access to all 3 cities. There's the Lancer Guild. I think the one out of the way the most is probably the Botanist. Yeah. It's gonna be the Botanist Guild. We're gonna have to go way out of our way to get that one. So this area, they always hold a lot of like game events for the player base. That's where a lot of the events start, is right there in the amphitheater. If I've done this right, the only one left should be the Conjurer's Guild. Yep. So we'll run over to the Conjurer's Guild, grab that crystal, and then we'll turn this quest in. And go talk to the Elder Seed Seer. We've attuned ourselves to all of them. Okay. Perfect. Alright. You are the Lemenzin envoy. Begging your pardon, sir, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Verily, this is the seal of the Admiral of Limza. Please come with me. Alright.
So you are the Lemenzin envoy. And an adventurer besides. The realm owes much to you and yours. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-e Senna, Elder Seed Seer of Britannia, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Admiral.
A remembrance servants for the fallen of Cartno. To think that 5 years have already come and gone. It seems like only yesterday that the Garlean Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Eorzea formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in an alliance. But unbeknown to us, the Garleans sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot, the Meteor Project, by which the lesser moon, Dalamud, would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched for the Cartno Flats, and there met with the 7th Imperial Legion. More bloody a battle I have never seen, and would never wish to see again, yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocity which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dalamud continued its descent, and from it emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Eorzea. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blinking of an eye, while our own forces fared little better. That any among us were spared defies explanation. All seemed sure to perish. As the flames had converged upon us, I prepared myself for death, only for a brilliant light to envelop me, relieving me of my senses. When at last I awoke, Bahamut was gone, and the land, which had but moments before been aflame, now seemed to me a place unknown, not simply ruined, but changed. Archon Louis Sois may well have been able to shed light upon these mysteries, but he, like so many, never returned from the Cartno. And so we were left with countless questions and no prospect of an answer. Yet such matters did not long occupy our thoughts, for we had far graver concerns. The calamity, as the devastation wrought by Bahamut was come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste, and to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes. To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders, consolidating its foothold in Eorzea. The outlook, in short, is bleak. In the wake of the calamity, it has been all each nation can do to nurse its own wounds. Yet if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of unity which first gave rise to the Alliance. I wholeheartedly approve of the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. You have done the people of Eorzea a fine service this day, and I would not put you to further trouble. I shall see that my reply reaches the Admiral anon. You meanwhile are bound next for Ul'dah, are you not? Please send the Flame General my regards. Ah, and if you would be so kind, I should appreciate it if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill-behaved of late. My wolf, to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and I would very much welcome the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ul'dah and beyond. We should just go teleport to the airship landing. Oh, are you not the Limson envoy? On behalf of all at Highwind Skyways, may I say what an honor it is to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? Yes, we are on our way to Ul'dah. Man, you're gonna make me run all the way back to the ship? I guess it wasn't as far as I thought it was. Alright. On to the city that I know best. Alright, we gotta do the same thing here. We gotta go around and get the crystals. Ah, you must be the envoy from Limsa. Welcome to Ul'dah. The Flame General awaits your arrival. Yep, we want to leave the area. Welcome to Ul'dah. We've been expecting you. Flame General Raban will receive you in the fragrant chamber. Please take the lift down to the hustling strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. We're gonna go get, yeah, the alchemist one while we're up here. Nope. Yeah, we're gonna get the rest of the crystals before we finish off this quest. Because if it's as quick as the other scene, we'll be ready to move on pretty quick. This city's actually pretty big. I think we have 3 or 4 more to get. We're gonna go this way first to get the gladiator one. There it is. Oops. Running into the wall. Pick this one up, and I think we have one more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure one more. The Adventurers Guild, I think. Alright, that should be all of them. No, in just a second. Yep, that's all of them. Alright, now we can go turn this quest in. We can go back to that elevator. Actually, there should be one right up here. Or I guess I could have teleported. Either way. first time I went through here. I missed that alchemist one that we did in the very beginning. Took me hours to find that thing. This game has changed a lot over the years. Will mince an envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the missive you bear? Ah, yes, the Admiral's seal. Please proceed. Okay.
Ah, a guest from Limsa. I thought I smelled stale ale. I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Merlin says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Sahagin. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Rauban al-Din, General of the Immortal Flames. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities.
Cartno. I remember bloody Cartno. Do you know what happened that day, adventurer, when we took the field against the Garleans? So my counterparts have educated you. Connie's pet is giving her trouble, is it? Well, she should already know my mind on that subject. Wolves are beyond taming. 'Tis but a matter of time before they bare their teeth. So it was with the Garleans 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by then Legatus Solus Zos Galvus, they swiftly brought the other nations of Ilzabard to heel. And so the Legatus became an emperor and his republic an empire. An empire which then set its sights upon Eorzea. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commander, Legatus Gaius van Balsar, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Limsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm divided, adventurer, an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garleans stir, and the elder Seedseer would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear, and if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Merlweb will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. If I remember right, I have to attend all of these celebrations or honorings. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with her grace myself. Very good. The Admiral will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. I like Raban's storyline. Raban's storyline is really good. It's going to take us a while to get to the expansion where they really elaborate on his storyline, but it is really well written. You can now make use of the airship routes. Yeah. Ah, my Lord Envoy, I trust you stay in the Sultanate has been pleasant. Now, if you do not mind my asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Limsa in the near future? If so, I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with Badaron, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench. Well, the man sent word just now that he has a job for a capable adventurer. I can think of none with better credentials than you. Badaron would doubtless be pleased were you to offer him your services. Okay, so we're going back. Let's fine. We got all the crystals, so we can teleport back here anytime. We don't have to use the airship. Welcome to the Drowning Winch. Sit wherever you like. I'll be with you in a... Oh. Well, if it ain't the one and only. I was told a distinguished adventurer might be reporting for duty. Fancy that venturer be you, huh? Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things are liable to get downright bleeding hairy, but if you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill you in on the details. We don't need... Oh no, we already have that one. We'll take the money. What is this? Oh, yeah, we'll pick this up, but this has nothing to do with the storyline. That's just for extra XP and extra money. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has it some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the Sestasha Sea Grot, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Ailport and find out what they are and what they're up to, or who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. Well, this is our first dungeon. But since that nasty business over in Swiftperch, folk have been a bit uneasy. Well, I say a bit. 'Tis all they can do not to soil themselves every time the bloody floorboards creak. If you would permit me, Master Bateron, I should be happy to elaborate. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. To what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Raynor? Come to make sure my patrons are behaving, or just thirsty? Neither. In fact, I came to welcome Hulk back to Limsa. It is well you have returned. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Ailport in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sestasha Sea Grot included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of Quarrels had taken up residence in the caves, nothing to concern us in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sestasha again. But with Sahuagin testing our defenses daily, I'm loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it is settled. Sestasha is located in northwest Lenosha. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Bamelpa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck to you, lad. The ferry docks. Is that all the way? Yeah, it's the Fisherman's Guild. Faster to teleport over there. You hear about Commodore Raynor's investigation, then you'll want to board a ferry bound for Ailport. Once you arrive in western Lenosha, though, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Sestasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you with the skills you'll need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sea Grot. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of the Aleport. Head inside and one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. We are not going to do the Hall of the Novice. It's just tutorial after tutorial, and it's pretty easy and it's pretty boring. You must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. I hear you are too brave the depths. Oh, I hear you're to brave the depths of the Sastasha Secret. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be a height of foolishness. Now you shall need companions, and you shall need the training we here at the Hall of Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedule. Speak with him and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. Yeah, they're just tutorials on your job. Whatever character you chose. When you have mastered all that your master have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Ooh, are they going to force me to do this? Report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of Sastasha Secret and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. No. Okay. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isle of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that a man of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Sastasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback fancying serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue face tattoos. Alright, this is our first dungeon. So basically this is just a little tutorial dungeon. You can go in here with other people, but they've made this game to where you can pretty much solo the whole thing if you want to. The captain likes his seas blue. Okay. That's a clue for an upcoming part of this dungeon. Be a little bit of extra XP. The main difference between doing this with people and doing this with the NPCs, you can just do it faster with it's basically all just little battles trying to teach you how to work as a group. Good loot from there either. This room might take a second to get through. There's a lot of little rooms we have to go into. Normally you would skip all these rooms if you were with other people. I'm gonna try to get the map unlocked. Loot from that one either. Man, I'm getting unlucky. You guys, we don't even have to fight them. They're fighting amongst themselves. something there. Take that. This is probably the only dungeon that I will do with the NPCs, just because there's so many extra rooms, and when you do it with normal people, they tend to want you to skip all these rooms. So, the rest of the dungeon they will be a lot faster. And we will have more dungeons coming up very quickly, just because of the way the story takes place. And when you go through these dungeons with other people, you fight bigger groups of enemies. Like, you don't choose just to fight 2 enemies at a time. You usually take on 5, 6, 7 enemies, just because people can handle that much. Drop the key to the other door. There's no chest in here, right? No. Okay. So, what do I get for price? 22. Okay, I'm almost there. I think I'm what? I can't see. Sitting next, pointing the boss towards the party. Should I wait for him? Missed him. Missed him. Parlay. There we go. Okay. Mapping the realm. Which means we uncover all the map in the dungeon. We are not gonna kill everybody up here. Because all your experience comes from killing the boss. solely our spawning grounds. Din the Orca Toothed. There's bubbles popping up. If I let that go too long, it'll spawn enemies. So that's another thing with people in this fight that we've done already. This boss just doesn't have enough health to really do its mechanics properly. And there you have it. First dungeon of the game finished. Alright, I think we're gonna go back to Balderon, finish up this quest, and then we'll probably call it a day, right? Since we finished the first dungeon, I think that's a good stopping point. No, I spent money. Well, I spent a free teleport ticket. I didn't need to. Dang, did we level up twice? I think we did. 23. Because we didn't have reprisal. Reprisal was at 22. Dang, we leveled up twice going through that dungeon. Nope, not you. Such a task was on the books, was mined. I'm afraid that ship's already sailed, friend. Might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sestasha? It would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor, none the worse for its voyage. A pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter, the wheel will turn and our chance will come. My graphics card is doing some weird stuff. You are right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have obtained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have a such goal, large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors. Back then, are you? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I'll wager. Fishbacks, and there was I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or three. 7 hells, you turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sestasha, of course. Any roads, all well that ends well. Thanks for shedding some light on the mystery. I knew you'd get the job done, lad. You always do. Now I'll bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It just so happens that I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania. Seems the forest folk in need of adventure are what can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready and I'll lay it out for you. Oh wow, Party Finder is unlocked. Alright, I think we're gonna call it there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.